Yeah, I don't know what to do, man. I'm on my elliptical every day, and when you see me forget to... Thanks, guys.
I was going to say, you are looking hard as a
That's
rock.
why our side's not going to win, because that's where our high bar of heroism is. I'm going to forego the Haagen-Dazs tomorrow. Yes, Patrick Henry, yes! I agree, absolutely. I think I'm an absolute fucking heroic man for being on that elliptical. It certainly feels like it. Thank you, Dad. When you see me in that last song, when it's only the good, what was it? The young will. I'm thinking about about it being over, the exercise, but. I'm also just thinking I'm gonna elliptical democracy. I can what am I gonna do with these skills? I'm gonna have more muscle tissue and less heart disease actuarially.
What a great metaphor. You feel like you're doing something, but you're going nowhere. It's fantastic.
Jeff, tell me this, and Spencer, if you, what do you really project? Because a big part of the problem here is just confusion. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what to expect. We just keep going, holy shit, they can't do that. They can't do that. This is crazy. What do we actually, whether you want to project to the end of your life, because that's the only thing I can project to, and I'll go first. Or if you want to project 3 years, 5 years, I whatever. But all I know right now is that I'm gonna fucking die, and I'm gonna die in the street. What? They can't kill. They can kill all of us. They can. But it will be very difficult, and they will spend a lot of time cleaning up afterwards. And what they can't do, basically, is throw us all in prison. And so, and it's weirder to start with the killing. Even Hitler didn't, It's exactly. Well, it's so. It's well, it's gonna come to this thing where it's just this game of Red Rover. That's all democracy comes down to. It doesn't matter who has drones and who has tear gas and who has anything. It's just all the sheep have to decide it's better to trample than to bleat. There is no bleeding. It won't work. The bleeding is for farmers. Farmers cut the power off to the fences. I came up with that on Twitter today while I was drunk on the plane. And I'm sure if Orwell were in the wings, he'd be like, I came up with that. You just didn't read my book. But for all I know, he'd be like, whoa, I should have gone with that. But I feel like it's we are the majority, and we are soft, and we, by and large, don't pride ourselves on our ability to hunt and kill. So, and yet, for some strange reason, we don't pride ourselves on being sheep. For some strange reason, politically, to call someone a sheep is it's to say, oh, you're a piece of shit. For some reason, we all agree with that. No, I'm not a sheep. I'm a totally autonomous fucking thing. I just happen to live in a 300 million member honeycomb, and fill out forms every time I work and all this stuff, and receive all the comforts and wipe my ass with 2-ply cottonelle that was spun by a robot somewhere in Singapore. Oh, not me. Oh, no, I'm not a sheep. Oh, don't offend me. But it's maybe that's...
Everyone, go to letsendsuicide.com and help Dan Harmon.
There is a vast minority of carnivorous assholes who pride themselves on sinking their blood-encrusted teeth into our throats and watching the rest of us scatter. And sometimes you see videos or read in things or hear in Pink Floyd songs about the concept of soft herd animals just having a fucking enough and becoming a scourge and just going, yeah! Guess what? We're the new fence. You're in the middle of a sheep pen that you thought you compromised. We are the fence. You are feeding in the midst of us. You are eating that throat, and it will be your last. You are going to be suffocated with delicious wool. and trampled with vegan hooves. What was my point? Okay, well, for that, because I'm not a politician and I don't know how this shit works, and I've got the congressman's numbers in my phone, and my girlfriend wants to, like, we're gonna fucking do this shit. We're gonna go to Kamala, what's her name's house every day, and whatever the fuck. Harris! Her name's Harris! I didn't mean what's her name because she's not a human. I just couldn't remember her name, and you could have said Harris more gently, like, Harris. I'm sure she's a wonderful person. My girlfriend is, like, down for that, and all I see in my crystal ball is me outside my home in Los Feliz holding a 2x4 clumsily, like with, like, one of my dog's blood smeared across it because somebody fucked with it, and, like, that's how it started. And my you know, friends and family and anybody that wants protection is inside, and I'm just out there, and it's just a big heavy piece of wood, and I'm just going and just screaming at them. I'll wrap it in barbed wire. That was what was flawed about that image. I'm so glad I came to San Francisco tonight. I'm going back home knowing how to make the system work.
You also got to go. You should invest in some, like, football shoulder pads and put, like, spikes on them.
I think you guys are focused on the wrong part of this plan. But
I'm just saying, if you want to
look, I will do those things. I promise. I will. They sound like good ideas. I'm just mean that is. I'm answering my own question first and saying that is where I see this ending. I don't see any other way. I don't see if you can't say. If NBC and SNL can't say, okay. She made a mistake in her private fucking life on her Twitter account. But here's the thing about comedy, which is what we do, and which is what we've been doing throughout many decades and many presidents and all your little foopy dupes of all your little cultural things. We sell comedy. Comedy's an ugly business. It's a lot like coal or diamonds. It causes bad shit to happen. It's covered in blood, but it's worth money. And we don't have to be political to hold the line at comedy, to hold the line at the First Amendment and say, I don't care who enters that shitty fucking gaudy neoclassist fucking house. We will be over here at Rockefeller Center indulging in our privilege as an institutional fucking variety show that has defined comedy for 50 fucking years. That is fucking crazy when that line falls. I don't know when the last time it has, except, like, firing Norm for joking about OJ. But like if you can't just say, don't fucking, like she was suspended, she apologized, cool it, or watch a different show. I have $1 billion. Something scary is happening. Why did I bring that up?
Well, things are so weird in this world right now. Things are so topsy-turvy that you just stood up for NBC.
I did. No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
I thought you were saying that they were the good guys.
No, NBC created Donald Trump, as it turns out. I mean, for the first time in my life, I feel great about being fired. I thought, like, that was Sony, whatever. None of that matters. I'm talking about. I'm saying. The corporations aren't going to be here for us. Like this is beyond. This is like some people my age might remember, like, oh, Al Gore and dangling Chads and a nation in crisis. And most of us remember Obama getting inaugurated and, like, a bunch of those guys going like, oh, he's a secret Muslim, and oh, his head on a plate. Oh, nothing's ever happened. This is Animal Farm. This is Orwellian. Like, this is fucking different, man. There's, like, National Park Services like just going rogue and going like. The Earth is getting warmer, and like it's everything is weird. It's like okay. So where do you see it going?
So we have a guest who's been waiting for a while. backstage.
Yeah, I think it's right on time to bring our guest out.
I said, well, if it's right on time, then can we be 2 minutes late?
Well, it's not right on time is the thing. It's later than that.
It's 1 minute shy. I set an alarm before we came on stage. And tell us, Spencer, how you see this playing out.
You have 45 seconds.
Well, it's
You're
like...
afraid to tell us because you're going to go fucking
Fuck
Hulk.
you. The Republicans are going to have to face a crisis. They're going to, they're already starting to think about it. They're going to say, are we going to get in line or are we not? And no matter what happens, no matter what they decide, that's going to lead to something really bad, like the equivalent of burning down the Reichstag or whatever. Like that, I think that's absolutely going to happen. And how it plays out is going to determine whether or not we devolve into, civil war, or whether or not we pick up the pieces and keep moving forward. But I think that something crazy like that is absolutely going to happen, but like how it turns out.
I think it's a bad sign that Trump just recently said that he's going to build a Reichstag. all made out of wood, like very flammable.
It's going to be so wooden. But okay, well, can I ask, where do you see yourself in that picture?
I'm making HarmonQuest.
Yeah, even while I'm with the 2x4?
Yeah, well, that was insulting, man. You think you're going to be out there with a 2x4? I'm going to have sandbags fucking everywhere, turrets. It'll be great.
He's going to be giving classes at the
You
local...
think that I'm not going to take charge of apocalyptic scenarios?
This is all we're asking. It's all we want to hear.
Yeah, man.
Spencer, can you stand up and show us physically how you would fight off an attack by
No, man.
a bunch of Republican senators who are trying to close down the EPA?
So you lay down with a towel over your head. And you put a bunch of Cheetos out.
All right. Well, okay. Now, Jeff, where do you see yourself in the apocalypse? What's going to happen? I got the 2x4. Spencer apparently has sandbags and a turret.
I'll get us guns before then, I promise.
No, I think it might actually get to the point of physical revolts. I think it not like let's storm the Bastille and shit like that. But I think we are going to have to. I think he's going to start declaring martial law and shit, like he's doing in various cities, or he wants to. I think it actually the Women's March was one of the most inspiring things I've ever seen. I got to be a part of the LA one.
Based on the results that got,
it was awesome. The LAPD didn't do anything. They just stood there and smiled because everybody was being fucking cool. And it was 1 million people, and we couldn't fucking go anywhere because we're like, why aren't we marching? We've been here for an hour and a half, and we're supposed to go to City Hall. We're in Pershing Square. Like, what the fuck? And then
that was the best part in all these cities when people had to come out and go, "Thank you for coming. I know you showed up for a march. There's so many of you.
It's a rally.
You can't march. You're already where you were marching."
But also the worst you saw, the worst thing you saw is like people were bumping into. I have big feet, tall guy, guilt. I'm in everybody's way, and I feel I'm not that claustrophobic, but everybody was so kind and so cool, and there were little girls on their mother's or father's shoulders, and it was fucking groovy. It was really, 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 really good. And you've never seen that many people get along. And the next morning, totally clean. Everybody fucking cleaned it up. Somebody pointed out in a comment, because everybody has to comment on when you say that was the best. Somebody has to inadvertently or advertently diminish it. It's like, yeah, because it was all white people. I was like, no, because it was fucking women, man. That's why it was cool.
Oh, you mean that guy was going like chalk one up for the white race?
Well, no. He was saying, he or she, I'm assuming he was saying yes, if it was 750,000 black men in the streets of Los Angeles, would there have been the National Guard out there? Probably yes, and it might have.
That's why there wasn't heads knocked around. Yeah, sure.
But it made me quite
it's hard to know. It's like, what is your instinct when you are saying that stuff? I'm dealing with a lot of that because I feel like that's a kindred spirit. It's like, well, are you kind of spectruming here? Is this sort of a people that say oh, unfortunately this won't do anything because here's a photo of all these people protesting Hitler and then look what happened. It's like this instinct that people that are on our side have to equivocate because they want to feel safe.
One that really bummed me out is I said like MVP awards to the people that cleaned up like perfectly like downtown LA was spick and span the next morning, and to the LAPD, which is not my favorite organization in history because they've been fucking bad at times. They were groovy and didn't have a giant police presence, and there was no arrest made. I don't think in DC either, right? There's your alarm.
That's my alarm for my guests.
But somebody said it's like some woman on my I think commented like, oh, it's nice to see that protests can be peaceful too. I'm like, protests are fucking peaceful. Riots are fucking violent. Like the idea that we live in a world where like protesting might be bad just by definition is really, 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 really fucked up.
My favorite comment on the.
Wisconsin.
My favorite comment during the Women's March, I was sitting at LAX, and the real triumph is I was sitting at an international terminal, and everyone that was looking at the screen, you don't know who they voted for, but everyone was going, holy shit. That's the reaction we have to get every time. People going, Jesus Christ.
And none more so than Trump.
Holy
he fucking lost his fucking cool.
Like human flesh scraping building sides because they're just poured into the street.
Let's bring out our guest. We must know.
No, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck him.
I just want to share my one. I can't because I have I'll be thinking about it. There's like one tweet that somebody was like all the statistics as it was like popping like popcorn. It's like all these journalists going, holy shit, there's 150,000, there's 200,000, everyone's like tweeting these things. And there was this woman who she was doing it to everybody, but like she was responding and saying, I just wish the aborted women could march too. And then the funniest guy's response was, that's someone you don't trust with a genie. That's just... that was the funny... That's how we have to win. We have to be funnier than them. If we can't be funnier, we have to be smarter. If we can't be smarter, we have to be cooler. If we can't be any of those things, we just have to be honest. We just have to say, I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do. How's that sound?
I have an English friend. She's I won't drop her name. She's like a. You would
Jeff, we have a guest. A disabled guest, by the way.
Well, I've been trying to bring him out for fucking 15 minutes, Jack.